Lesotho's rising musician Bataung Michael recently released his debut album, a 7-track offering titled Lerato, known by his stage name Morena Sway. He's here with me in studio to tell us more about his musical journey. Mr. Sway, it's good to have you on the show.
Thank you so much for having me, sir.
Yes. So let's talk about your stage name Sway. How did it come about?
Yeah, back in the years when I was hitting the studio for the first time, a friend of mine back home gave me the name. We're listening to my new songs and he was like, oh, I don't know how it makes me feel. It just makes me sway. So that's where the name came from. Yeah.
And it just caught on?
Yes. Everybody started calling me Sway. Yes.
Okay, well, congratulations on your album, Lerato. Has it achieved the success that you were looking for? Is it making the waves?
Yeah, it's really, I'm surprised. I'm actually surprised. It has blown me away. People are just loving the project, and yeah, I can say it's a success.
We are going to talk about one of the tracks that you particularly like, but you've described your music as a blend of old school R&B and modern Afrobeat.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So how did you come up with this particular beat? Genre?
Okay. I was raised by a mother who was a musician. She was a church girl, so she used to listen to a lot of R&B and, you know, that old sound. So she's late now, and I was left with the music. So now, having to put out my debut album, I started producing songs inspired by that. So I put a fuse of, you know, that old R&B, old pop, and put it together with the modern sound that we have now. So that's how it came about.
So as a young man from Lesotho, how important is it to showcase your culture? I mean, you've got a touch of it right now. So it's almost like, I mean, we're talking about a blend of your music,
yes.
But even your look is a blend of the modern with the traditional.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I always tell people that carrying your identity around makes you unique. You know, it makes you original. So I always make sure that everywhere I go, I still carry my, you know.
So what's the statement that you're making?
The statement that I'm making is that I come from a kingdom country, right? Hence Morena. I come from a kingdom country, and everybody can make it if they believe in themselves. Yes. I'm carrying a message of love.
Now, your debut album, Sematata, right? I watched the video.
Okay.
I enjoyed it. I mean, even that was a blend of the modern with the tradition. You
yes.
know,
Yes.
Rolling in a convertible, you know, a drop top. But the video itself, I think that's what we see now. Yeah. Walk us through what message it was saying, and what does the song actually say?
Okay. Coming from a big-hearted small country. Okay, now I was like, okay, fine. I want to take this to the world, you know, in a more soothing way, but at the same time presenting my culture, you know. So I wanted people from back then to relate, and people that are living in nowadays to relate as well. So that's how the blend happened. So I was simply portraying a true, simple love that everyone can connect to. Yes.
Now, for any artist, when you break out, there are obviously challenges that you face. You know, not everybody sings a song today and then tomorrow they're a superstar. You know, walk us through that journey. What are some of the challenges you face, and how have you had to deal with them?
You know, yeah, there are a lot of challenges. You know, first is actually people believing in you. You know, believing in the new sound that you're trying to bring up. Having to create your own sound and putting it out there. You don't know if people are going to receive it. You don't know if it's good enough. So having to prove yourself that this is what I'm putting on the table. Now you don't know if people are going to get it or not. So I can say that's the biggest challenge that I can say I faced. From there, it's just small ones.
Have you ever doubted yourself?
Not for a minute. I don't think so. Yeah.
So that belief in yourself is super critical, right?
Yes, yes, sir. I've always believed in myself. Yes, I still do now.
So one of the things that I suppose that allows many artists to break into new markets is collaboration.
Yes.
Because what it does is it strengthens your gigs. It exposes you to
new fans.
To new fans and so on. How's that working out for you? I always prefer having to work with people. There's a beautiful song on my album called titled Atamela. It's with a friend of mine, a talented young guy. His name is Lizwi. He's a Zulu boy, and he killed the song. And I'm just emphasizing on the collaboration thing. And now I'm getting new fans having to check on my stuff, and they're like, "Whoa, who's this Lesotho guy who's on with our boy?" And it's just beautiful collaborating. Yes. Now you mentioned that your mom, may her soul rest in peace, was a church woman.
Yes.
Or a church girl. You said. Is that an option for you, collaborating with people in the church?
I'm still a church boy. I still go to church. I still sing in church, So the collaboration spirit really comes from that, because in church there's so many people doing the same thing together. So that's where it comes from. Yes.
Like that. I'm gonna stay there for a minute, because just to focus on how important is it for the people in your church to still see you on a Sunday, assuming it's Sunday church that you go to, that you are this rising star. They're seeing you in magazines and billboards. They're hearing your music on radio, but Sunday you're still going to church. What sort of message does that send, do you think, to other young people, and even to the grown-ups that are in your church, in your community?
Church for me is personal. It's a place where I go and break down and kneel down and take off my ground if I have any, So the message I can say I'm passing is that you still need that place where you forget about who people see you as, and just focus and thank God for everything that... not really trying to be religious, but that's my life.
So staying grounded for you is one of those things that's key.
Yes. That's my place to, okay, fine, remember who I am and where I come from, and just to give thanks. Yes.
Okay, so final question. People that are looking for Morena Sway, that want to listen to your music, that want to see what you're about, where do they find you?
On social media, I'm Morena Sway, across all platforms. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. That's where they can find me. And my music is available on all digital platforms. Yes.
Morena Sway, it's been great chatting to you. Appreciate you coming onto the show.
Thank you so much, sir.
Wish you all the best. That was musician Bataung Michael Mpota, a.k.a. Morena Sway.